NBA fan also asking about the running back room. And, this is a common theme if you're an elite, that you're going to have a crowded room of pick your position, with Miyan having multiple years of eligibility left and Trey and Pryor being somewhat redundant. How does attrition due to portal project in the near future?
Well, Ryan Day wants, I think, 5 guys on scholarship, 5 running backs on scholarship. And so I think they will have that. Now, Marcus Crowley, where will he be in terms of injury? They got Dallin Hayden coming in the summer. But Miyan Williams, what I have been encouraged by is obviously he's still continued to work, and he's had a good attitude. Like, he and TreVeyon Henderson are very close. And I guess if there were issues between the two or jealousies, then that wouldn't be the case. So, when you see them on social media videos at Ohio State Post, or G. Scott Jr. has his own YouTube channel where he posts stuff, and they've been in it, and they seem, like I said, really close. They're always together. So I think that is encouraging. Now, eventually, Miyan Williams is going to want the ball, but the running backs today, and TreVeyon Henderson and Evan Pryor, came to Ohio State together knowing that they would share the load, or being okay with sharing. And Miyan Williams last year started and talked about being okay with sharing the load. So these are all guys that, as long as they get the ball, they'll be okay with that. Now, Evan Pryor is the guy who can maybe do some different things. So I think you can get all 3 involved enough to keep them. And then whatever they do with that is, up to them. But they have to show it. And I think Miyan Williams, TreVeyon Henderson have obviously done that. Evan Pryor could be more involved in the passing game if they want to do that. I think there's enough there, especially in this offense, for those 3 guys to do something. It's just when Miyan Williams can have 12 carries in one game and 2 in the next, that can get frustrating for a guy, I'm sure. But he was a guy I could have seen transferring before the season. Now things seem to be going okay, just from, we don't get to talk to these guys all the time, but I feel better about the situation at running back for Ohio State right now than maybe I did in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to project on a lot of things there. I think that we could see a little attrition in the running back room, but I don't like assigning names to who I think could transfer, because it's not fair to the kid. Because Moon said that so and so was going to be gone, and I just don't need to. I don't need to deal with that. But we could see a little bit of attrition, and I mean, they're still sitting at 90 now with Harry Miller's retirement. So I mean, they're still going to have to figure out how to get it down 5 spots, however that may be, coming out of spring and through the summer, and what goes there. But it'll be interesting to see what goes there. I mean, I think that you sit there, and TreVeyon Henderson got as many carries as he did last year because TreVeyon Henderson needed that amount of carries in the later stages of the season. People were all upset that he didn't get more carries earlier in the season, and now they're all upset that he got too many carries in the later stages of the season. Master Teague wasn't necessarily able to get some things done. He certainly dealt with his own issues, his own injuries and things along the way. So you're going to deal with some of that. You lose Marcus Crowley. You go through a lot of things in that situation. So I don't know what the sweet spot is.
TreVeyon, to me, I think is a very tantalizing talent, and I think he's got the potential to build on what he did this past year and have a huge year. I just recall probably 4 or 5 times where he's in the medical tent in the first half of a game, and some of that's being a freshman and not understanding your body and, understanding that you are the bell cow, that type of thing. And so they did need Master Teague, and they did need Miyan Williams to be his caddy at times last year. And I think they will need Miyan Williams again some this year. But Evan Pryor, to me, is a guy that can definitely help this team. The little drips and drabs we got to see him last year, he is a very good player that it's awesome that they have him in the fold. And I'm interested to see, how it goes from there. Marcus Crowley not available, it doesn't sound like, this spring still, as he's trying to get back. And, his career's been star-crossed at Ohio State. So I think you got 3 really good ones. You got, a freshman coming in who will mix in and help out. And, it's again, keep Henderson healthy, keep him going so he plays all the meaningful snaps, and get him the ball out of the backfield, throw him the ball a little bit more. I think that can only help.
Yeah, both those guys, Henderson and Pryor, had reps for being extremely good pass receivers out of the backfield coming out of high school, for sure. And we saw that in the spring game and beyond.